Hello students, welcome you to the virtual classroom. So I hope you are all doing good, and before moving further, let us have a quick revision of what we have discussed till now. So in the previous classes, let me disappear for a moment so that you will be able to see the screen full. So in the previous classes we have discussed some of the terms and various other things about the software. So in the last class we were discussing about the utility driver. So let us have a quick revision of operating system, device driver and utility program. So as we have discussed that operating system is the software which provides you the platform where you can install all the different application software. Clear? So operating system is the software which is the basic software which is required to be installed on the computers, and it enables you the user as a user, it enables a person to interact with the different hardware devices. So I hope this way we have discussed the different types of operating system also. So let me show you once. We have also seen the different mobile operating system, and then standalone system and the server operating system. Clear? So if I show you, we have seen the different functions of operating system, then the different categories, that is standalone operating system, in which we have seen Microsoft Windows. After that we have seen the other, that is Mac OS, then Linux. Clear? And we have discussed the server operating system. The server operating system are those which runs on the different networks, and as a client, the person who is using the computer, he is able to connect with the server. Clear? In which we have discussed the different example, which is Windows Server, OS, Linux and Unix. Clear? So these are all examples of the server operating system. After that, what we have seen the mobile operating system, in which we have discussed about the different Android versions, iPhone. Then also we have discussed the Windows Phone as well. So I hope now I am also appearing on your screen. So and after that we have discussed the device driver. In the last class we were discussing the device driver and utility program. So let us have a revision of that as well. So in the device driver we have seen it is the software which provides, you can say that it is a driver which runs the different devices. What does it mean? Suppose you are inserting any external hardware, example it may be a mouse, or it can be the pen drive. So whatever the hardware which you are inserting or which you are attaching with the computer, so it is the device driver which is monitoring, which is controlling all the functions of the external device which is attached to the computer. After that, what we have seen, the different utility program. So what is utility program? Let us see this also. Utility program is the program which is used for some specific task. What does it mean? Suppose you are using any virus scanner. So virus scanner is an example of a utility program. The example of different virus scanners are it can be McAfee, Norton antivirus. Other than this, there are various others online you can find. I hope you are using some of these also. So these are the different utility programs which are used for performing some specific tasks. So these are all examples of the different system software. Till now we have seen the different system software, in which we have seen the operating system, the device driver and utility program. Now today we are going to start the application software. So what is application software? As I have told you earlier as well, that application software is the software which runs as the different applications. So if you take example of MS Word, MS Excel, PowerPoint, so these are all different applications, and as these are the different application, they are installed on the operating system, or you can say that they are installed on the system software. Clear? So the system software example is the Microsoft Windows. So Microsoft Windows is example of system software on which you will install MS Word, MS Excel. So these will be act as the application software. So let us see today that what is application software. So let me read for you once. Application software consists of programs designed to make users more productive and assist them with personal tasks. It allows user to create letter, memos, reports and other documents, develop multimedia presentations, design web pages and diagram, draw images, record and enhance audio and video clips, compose email messages and instant messages, and do much more. So this way we can see that application softwares are the softwares which can be used for various functions, like for writing something, for designing any report, for developing any video or something. So these are all the examples or the work which we can do using the different application software. Now we will see some of these application software also. So to accomplish this, these and many other tasks, users work with application software. Application softwares are categorized into general purpose and specific purpose. Now this application software will also be categorized in two parts, and that is the general software and specific software. So let us see these one by one. So first is the general software. So let me move myself. Now let us see what is general software. So the general software as it is, let us remove this. Now the many people have to perform similar kinds of activities on computer. For example, all the shopkeepers will need the same software to compute their sales, inventory, storage and to maintain staff record. Clear? So the general purpose means those types of tasks which is generally used by various group of people, or you can say various business. Clear? So this will be the general purpose software. So these are the software, there are thousands of shopkeepers in the world. So a standard software can be developed for the shopkeepers so that they can accomplish their general purpose task. So these softwares are available in a CD-ROM or a DVD, as we have seen also that if you go to any shop or if you purchase from some stores, so generally the softwares are provided in CD-ROM or DVDs. But nowadays we can also purchase the software online by paying the money or whatever. If it is the open source, you can download it freely as well. So one can purchase their softwares from relevant vendors in the retail stores or on the web. So examples of general purpose application software are word processing, spreadsheet, database, presentation. So if these we see the word processing software, means example MS Word, Notepad. Clear? Where you process on the different text which you are entering. Then spreadsheet. What is a spreadsheet? MS Excel is an example of a spreadsheet on which you save the data of different user. We maintain table on the basis of the data entered. You can make some graph, some bar chart, as you have seen earlier as well in the last class. So this way, this spreadsheet. Then database. So what is database? A storage or a collection of a large amount of data which is related or relevant for a specific task, or it may be of different other types of data on the basis of which you can derive some information. So database, for example, if you see the details of the users on any website, or it may be the database of all the passengers who are traveling by a train. Clear? In the same way, the database of all the citizens right now as you use the Aadhaar card. So the database of that is also an example of a database. In this class only you will read about some more about the database softwares also. Then presentation. So here the presentation, as most of you have used, MS PowerPoint in which you make some slides. Clear? So this is example of the presentation software. Then paint, image editing software. So these are all general purpose. Clear? So these all will be come in the general purpose software, which will be used generally, and it can be categorized in which. This is the general purpose software is the part of what? It is the application software. Clear? So let us see one by one what are these application software and the different examples of the general purpose software. Okay, now the first is word processing software. So let us see word processing software. So word processing helps to create documents using a word processor. A word processor is just like a computerized typewriter. You use it to create and to edit the documents such as letters, reports, essays, etc. So word processing, as you use MS Word, Notepad, so what is the function of this? We can create and edit the documents. Clear? So if already there is an existing document, you can edit, you can modify in that, and you can make changes according to your own need. So what the documents that can be edited or created? It can be anything. It can be letter, report, essays. Clear? So when you also do some holiday homework, or if you are preparing any report, so clear. So for the first page, as you design, you can also document other things as well as, so the mostly, but you use the first page for designing, for entering in images. Clear? So these all tasks can be used by the word processing software. Clear? So what it has replaced? It has replaced the electronic typewriter in most offices. So earlier what was being done? Earlier there was a typewriter machine. You may have seen in some offices earlier it was used when someone learned typing. So initially they are given the typewriter to learn the position of different fingers, where to be kept on the different alphabets, how to use them. Clear? So earlier the typewriter was used in the offices for this word processing, but nowadays, as all we are doing with the help of computer, so this provides us more advantage. So it can edit, search and reprint it with ease. What was the disadvantage with the typewriter? All the documents, if you have to write, it was required to be typed again and again. But in the word processing software, using the computer, all the documents which is already designed, they can be reprinted. Clear? And they can be modified, and you can copy paste as well. So this is it saves us time, it saves us our work. Clear? And it is very easy to do. So this is the advantage of word processing software. So the example of word processing software, the Microsoft Word. So this is one example. Other than this, we have Notepad. Clear? You can find more like LibreOffice, that is a open source word processing software. The LibreOffice, there are various others also. Now the second one is the spreadsheet software. So what is spreadsheet software? As I told you, spreadsheet software is the software which is used for creating tables, recording some data in a tabular form, where we have the advantage to make analysis of the data, and on the basis of analytics we can derive some other forms from the same data. For example, if you enter the different marks of a particular students, then on the basis of that data entered, we can design some pie chart, some bar graph, some ray diagram. So these are all the advantage of spreadsheet software. So let us see what is spreadsheet software. So you can manage personal and business finances with the help of a spreadsheet program. You can use a spreadsheet program to perform calculations, analyze data and present information. So see here, we can calculate something. For example, if you want to find the total marks of all the students of the class, so if it is of a single student, so you can use the calculator. But what if it is for all the students of the class? Then what if it is all the data of whole school? Clear? So this way we can see that the calculation is done very easy using MS Excel. then analyze this data. What is the analysis here? Analysis means we can compare on the previous with the previous records. We can come to a conclusion that who has achieved the maximum marks. Clear? Then how to present the information. Clear? So this, when you design some pie chart, some bar graph on the basis of the data entered, so this is the representation of the same data. Clear? So this way we have seen the spreadsheet program, that how it is beneficial, how it can be used. So if we see example of spreadsheet program, it is MS Excel. Microsoft Excel is an example of spreadsheet software. Clear? So I hope spreadsheet software is very much clear to you. We will discuss about these spreadsheet software in the coming chapters. It is defined in very detail about the MS Excel. In the next chapter we will see this in very better way, that how it is the data analysis is done, what are the different ways to analyze the data, how to save that data in that. So that will be discussed. Now next is the database program. So database, as I was discussing, that database is a collection, a huge collection of a similar type of data. So let us see what is a database program. A database is a collection of related information or records. So collection of related information is called as database. So it can be on any subject, such as records of the book. For example, when you go to the library, so all the students who are issuing various books on various dates, it may be of various subjects, so all this data of a particular students, so this will be saved inside the database of a library. Clear? So this is example of a database. So as it is saying that the records of the books in a library, information about the students in the school, so this will be a database related to a student. In the same way, if there is a company where the employees are going to the office, so if all the details of the workers of the office is being saved for the payroll purpose, for attendance system, so this will be example of a database also. So database softwares allows you to create, assess and manage a database. Clear? So what is the function of the database software? Database software, it is also in the other chapters you will see the database software. There is a term called as DBMS, that is database management system. Clear? So about this term we will come to know in the coming chapters, that DBMS is a term, the full form of it is database management system. So this database software, basically it allows you to create, how to create the database, then how to assess. When first a database you have already created, if you want to retrieve some data, if you want to fetch a record of some student, if it already, for example, if you have issued the book, the librarian has marked your entry in the software. If you go to the library to return the book, then it will be searched by your, it can be by searched by various things, for example your admission number, your name or the book name which is issued to you. So there will be a number, is a unique number. So in the databases there are some unique things that is called as primary key. So about this we will discuss later, then it will be more clear to you. Clear? So this way the database software allows you to create, then access and how to manage a database. I hope this is clear. An example of database, example of a database program is Microsoft Access. So in the computer which we use, it may be Microsoft Access, it may be installed, but generally we have to purchase or we have to install this as a other software. So this is also example of these all we are discussing right now, these are all examples of application software. Why application software? Because we are performing a specific application using this, and in application software we are discussing right now the general purpose software. Then the next is the presentation software. So presentation software, as we have discussed, presentation software is the software which is used for presenting something, as we use the Microsoft PowerPoint. So let us see this also. Microsoft this is the presentation software. So let us see. Presentation software allows you to create documents called as presentation. So presentation here, it means the slides. If we talk about the Microsoft PowerPoint, in that these presentations are called as slides. So this allows you to create documents which are the presentations. Now they are used to communicate our ideas, manage messages and other information to a group. So if you want to represent something to a group of people, so to represent in a very better way, using different charts, there may be some data. So in the business purpose, mostly or the meetings where there are some clients, so the person there, they represent the different data on the using these presentation software. Clear? So the presentation can be viewed as the slides. They are known as the slideshow. As you also use this slide for making PPTs, so when you run this using the slideshow button, so at that time all the things are visible to you. Now the example of this presentation software, a very popular example is Microsoft PowerPoint. So this is the presentation software. Now next is the Paint imaging editing software. This is very much known to you as you use MS Paint, various other Paint softwares. In the mobile phone also there are various editing software which you use for cropping your images, then writing something on the bottom of that, as you use for the different social media platforms if you make the display picture. So this way these image editing softwares is already familiar to you. Let us read it once also. So Paint software, also called as illustration software, is a application that allows users to draw pictures, shapes and other graphics with various on-screen tools such as pen, brush, eyedropper and paint bucket. So these are the different tools provided with the different image editing softwares. What are they? The pen, brush, which you already use. Then eyedropper. What is eyedropper? If you want to pick the color from one portion and you want to use the same color over some other area, so for that there is a dropper tool, that is eyedropper tool. And paint bucket. Clear? So using that you can fill the color in different parts of the picture. So these image editing software is an application that provides the facility of Paint software and also includes the capability to enhance and modify existing photos and images. Modifications can include adjusting or enhancing images, image colors, adding special effects such as shadow and glows. So what else we can do using this software? We can glow some area, we can increase the brightness of that, we can add some shadow if it is more bright. So in that way we can modify or edit the brightness as well. Clear? So this way the Paint or image editing software is used. So creating animation and image stitching, combining multiple images to a larger image. So there is a term image stitching, as you use two or more images together and you join them and you make them come together. Clear? So for example, if there is a person on one photograph and there is another person from another photograph and you want to make both this to be displayed on a single image, so that is will be called as a image stitching, that is combining two or more images on a single image. So this is the advantage, various uses of the image editing software. Various example of image editing software: Adobe Photoshop. This is the software developed by the Adobe, and the Photoshop, the name, as the name it is clear, it is used for the different photo related activities for editing. When you go to the different photo studios, there also mostly the person there, when he processes your images, he use the Photoshop software. Then there is a open source software called as GIMP, that is a open source software which is used for image editing. So these are the different commonly used image editing software. Now we have discussed the general purpose software. Now it comes about the specific purpose software. So let us see what are the specific purpose software now. So specific purpose software mostly as it is used for some specific use. So let us have a quick review about the specific purpose software. So specific purpose software is a type of software created to execute a specific task. For example, a web browser. So web browser is an example of a specific purpose. Why it is a specific purpose? Because you are specifically using this software for accessing the different website and the data for the browsing purpose. So the specific purpose of a web browser is to show you the website and to facilitate you to surf the internet. Sometimes the need of the business is so specific that there isn't any ready-made solution clear and available in the market or on the internet. What does it mean? So depending upon the different business which you are using, so there may be that you will need some specific software clear, which is not commonly available. As for editing the word, there is word processing software. For painting there is MS Paint, then Photoshop. But it may be that for your personal use you need a particular software which is not commonly available. So what we will do then? To get a specialized software, a business firm has to get a specific software developed for its needs. The main advantage of these softwares are that they work exactly as we want because these are designed according to our needs. So the specific purpose software, as it is also related to a single purpose or for a single company, so it will be specifically designed as per the business requirement. So that the developer is to be informed that you have to incorporate these many things in the software, and then it will be designed and developed as per the requirement of that business. So let us see few of the examples of these specific purpose software. The examples of these specific purpose software, the first is accounting management. So accounting management is something related to the business and different accounts related activities. So to meet the financial needs of a company, the for accounting activities such as to generate ledger are actually these are some economical terms where the different taxation and different things are managed. So this ledger can be designed, then some account receivable, account payable. So these are some terms which are related to the accounting management. So these purchasing, invoicing, job costing and payroll function. So these are the terms which are related to the accounting. So this thing can be designed specifically as per the requirement of that business. Clear? So this is example of accounting management. Clear? So the example of this is specific, there is no specific example of any accounting management. There are, but even then it is generally designed as per the individual requirement. Clear? Now next is the reservation system. So reservation system, this is about which you can relate very easily. A reservation system software is for online booking. These online bookings can be for train, aeroplanes. When you go to for some booking purpose, when you travels, for that the traveling agent or you go to the railway station or online these days also. So there are various reservation softwares. Using them the company or the service provider is providing that facility. Not only the travel, there is also for hotel room, holiday packages or in some similar other activities. Clear? For example, when you book the online movie tickets, that is also a type of a reservation system software. So I hope now it is easy to correlate. Now next is the HR management. So what is HR management? HR means human resource management. So where it is used? Let us see how the HR management is used. So HR management software centrally manages employees information such as contact details, employment status, benefits details, complete dependent information, compensation, performance review, payroll, training, and much more. So these are the different softwares which are used in the firms where there are number of people who are working. Clear? So the different things like the salary, their attendance, then the different other operations, they provide the training for them. So on this HR management software, they keep the track of the different things. Clear? So these are the different use of the HR management software. So I hope this is clear to you. It is specifically used in the bigger firms where there are more people to be managed. It also tracks and reports on attendance, as I was saying. So the attendance management, the workers' compensation, then various claims, injuries, training, and to meet government reporting requirements. So not only this is only for the company, sometimes this data is required to be given to different government agencies by the need to provide some other benefits, like there are some packages which is given by the government, there are some various tax saving benefits. Clear? So these all data is required to be given to the government also. So if there is some software, that is the HR management software, we will have the specifically designed data which can be used for various purpose. Now next is the attendance system. So attendance system is very much, by the name itself it is clear, it will be used specifically for monitoring your attendance. So let us see this also. Attendance system is very much easy, and mostly nowadays the it is the process to keep the track without any without any human intervention. So it is automatically by different biometrics thing we can see that the attendance is being taken. So attendance system is used by companies of all sizes to keep a track of attendance, primarily in order to pay the wages. This system also provides details such as arrival and departure of the employee, because some companies have a requirement to record the number of hours spent on specific tasks in order to calculate the cost of jobs accurately. This is referred to as job costing. Clear? So this attendance system will be used for monitoring the exact timing of the employee, when the employee has arrived, when he has left for the company. So this way the duration can be monitored. In the school also nowadays you see the device to track the attendance of the student as well, clear, and the staff members. So this way the attendance system is monitored by different ways. It can be some biometric system, it can be some infrared scanners using which the attendance is monitored or controlled. So this is the attendance system. So next is payroll. So payroll, by the name, it is related to the salary thing. Clear? So about these things we will discuss in the coming class. So I hope you are revising the things, and we have quite well about to complete the chapter. So as a homework for today, you can try to do the filling the blanks and objective types questions of the exercises. Clear? And the remaining questions will be discussed, and the topics which is remaining that will be covered in the coming class. So till then you can do few of the questions of the exercise, take the correct answers and filling the blanks question, that will be discussed to you. So once when I will verify them, then you can write in the copies also, but first try to do by your yourself. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying the computer classes. In the coming days we will also cover the lab activities and various things which is going to be very interesting. So till then keep learning and enjoying the things, and be ready with your questions whenever we are having the online class, so you can ask there also. Okay, so till then, enjoy and keep yourself fit and healthy. Thank you, class.